Hi, I'm Russell Klosk. I'm a managing director at Deloitte, a workforce strategist, and the author of Talent Prophecy. I'm also a keynote speaker at conferences in both AI and HR frequently. And over the years, I've helped countless C-suite leaders transform their talent strategies to meet the demands of the marketplace and rapidly evolving business landscape. Today, I want to talk to you about how we can move from insights to impact, and specifically, how HR analytics is revolutionizing strategic workforce planning. And I'd say there's never been a hotter time for strategic workforce planning as we look at the impacts of generative, agentic, and now robotic AI as they come into the workplace. Every company is struggling with how do we integrate these AI technologies? How do we take advantage of these capabilities? And what do we have to change in our workforce in order to do that? And so as we talk about HR analytics today, it's through that lens and through the lens of how do these things help me better forecast, model, and make business decisions based on what my talent is capable and what it needs to look like tomorrow in order to be able to meet my business objectives and my business needs. So a couple of points I'd like to make. Point one, HR analytics is no longer optional. It's a strategic imperative. We used to just do reporting, days to fill, cost per hire, number of open seats, retention numbers, performance numbers, how many people were top performers, how many people were subpar performers, etc. Those things are important, but HR analytics is more than that. HR analytics allows us to trend analysis, and it allows us to get after root cause and to take actions in our workforce based on what's going on with our workforce and to model data-driven decisions. So the point I'm trying to make is in this world we live in now where there is so much data available that organizations can't afford not to make workforce decisions based on that data. That intuition for any decent-sized company is no longer going to fly. You'll get it right sometimes, but your competitors will get it right more often because they're using the analytics, and they'll win. HR analytics gives us that ability to see around the corner. It helps us to understand not only where our talent gaps are, but where our future gaps are. What's going to cause them? How do we adjust for them? What is the impact of that going to be on our workforce? And when we look at what's happening in leading organizations, those that lead in every industry, whatever their markets are, they're using those predictive models to identify what roles are impacted by automation, which ones should be done with direct labor, which ones they should do with indirect labor, where jobs should be done, if they should outsource things, what type of automation they want to put in, etc. So that's the power of what we're talking about. Point number two, aligning workforce with business strategy. And I hit on it a little bit, but one of the most common mistakes that we see today is that the HR organization, the finance organization, and the actual business operations groups don't talk to each other. HR is seen as a cost center, and it's there for quote, care and feeding, make sure my paycheck is correct, make sure my benefits work. We'll go through our annual performance process, and when I need someone to recruit for me, I call them. But if it's done right, HR is embedded with the business. It is part of the business. It is answering the question on talent and what is the talent capable of versus what does the business need. Same way finance asks and answers what can the business afford versus what does it want to do and what's possible as a result of that. So what you end up with in reality is these integrated long-term business processes that are integrated to talent processes where the business informs what the workforce will do, and the workforce informs what the business can do, and they make decisions together. If you think about it on a graph, if the x-axis is business need, and the y-axis is employee ambition, and everyone has ambitions, there's not a line between them, there's like a cloud between them. And good analytics allow us to connect that strategy together and to keep people in a transparent manner in that cloud. Workers know what the business is going to need and how that aligns to their business. The business knows what workers are capable of and what they want to do and how that aligns to their ambitions. And you end up with a more empowered workforce that performs at a higher level. And at the same time, whatever the business needs is being met. That allows workers to get paid more and to advance their careers, but it allows the business to improve margins, increase sales, increase innovation, and all those things that are needed for businesses to succeed and scale in the market. Point three. Turning data into actionable insights. The real power of HR analytics, of course, is not reporting. It's not just about collecting data. It's about translating that data into real decisions. That means building the capability up to interpret, communicate, and act on the insights, not in your HR organization alone, but in line leaders that have access to those same dashboards and see that data in the same way And when they have challenges in their group, in their subgroup, in their business function, that don't necessarily need to reach into HR to do analysis of those problems. They can use those dashboards and they can get after, I'm having higher turnover. What's causing it? I'm not able to fill openings. Is there something I need to be doing or thinking about differently? Or this new thing we just brought online, whatever the new product of the day is causing challenges in my customer service because my workforce doesn't have the necessary skills to meet it. What are those skills and what am I going to do to get them? HR still comes into delivering on those services, but the business leader can act on some of those in real time, fast, because of the data that's now available to a good leader and a good organization at their fingertips. Organizations that succeed, they embed all of this into their decision making, from day-to-day line tasks all the way up to the boardroom. And somewhere in the top 3 of every board decision, according to every survey is out there, are talent questions. If it's a service industry, it could be the most important thing. If it's a manufacturing industry, it might be second or third, but you need people to do the work. That remains the differentiator in today's world. So, in conclusion, to future-proof your workforce and drive sustainable business success, HR analytics should and must be central to your workforce strategy. From predicting skills and needs to aligning talent to business goals, that isn't just a tool. It's the tool. It's competitive advantage. Clients and customers that get it right win. That's the difference between the top leader in an organization and the bottom leader. That's what allows a smaller company to compete against a bigger one, by having the right talent in the right place, the right skills at the right cost. The world hasn't changed. Just our ability to see what we need to see to be able to meet those 4 things has. So, my final thought for you today, let's move beyond the numbers and start creating real impact. Thank you for watching.